buses of asylum seekers showing up in D.C. has reached a tipping point, and now the mayor is calling it a humanitarian crisis, and she's calling on the D.C. National Guard to help.
Matt Gregory is live at Union Station this morning with more on this plan. Matt, good morning. So far, not everybody is on board with this plan, right?
Yeah, Allison, right now we know that the mayor just proposed it this week, but one of the key groups that's been helping the migrants that have been bussed into D.C. says they're going to push back against this plan. So let's talk about what this has looked like over the course of the last several months. Since April, the governments of Texas and Arizona claim to have sent a combined more than 7,000 migrants on buses to D.C. Now, although Mayor Bowser says it's around 4,000, so there's a huge discrepancy there. Whose numbers are right? And then once here, those migrants have been taking buses to other cities, but others have stayed here, but without the resources, have ended up in shelters in the district. Now, the mayor has refused to use D.C. funds to deal with the crisis, saying that those funds are to help D.C.'s unhoused population. But she's proposing using the D.C. Armory as a processing center for the migrants, and then asking the National Guard, D.C.'s National Guard, to step in finding the next step for these migrants.
We need the federal government to be involved. So I've asked for the deployment of the Guard, as long as we need the Guard to deal with the humanitarian crisis that we expect to escalate. The number of people crossing the border seeking asylum, we expect to only go up. And we need to make sure that there is a national response.
Now, one of the key groups that's helping migrants strongly opposes the plan. In a statement to WUSA 9, Sanctuary DMV and their larger network said, quote, "Refugees to D.C. have been traumatized enough already. They need to be met with comfort and warmth, not a military presence." Now, as far as whether or not the National Guard will actually be taking a role, or the federal government will actually marshalize the National Guard to help in this situation, so far the government hasn't responded yet. So we'll be looking for that as this plan continues to unfold over this week, and I assume into next week. At Union Station, I'm Matt Gregory. Back to you.